Yeah, so guys, that is exactly what you're thinking it is. Yep. Also,
First glance, it may seem terrifying to some of you. And
Yep.
that's because it absolutely is.
Let's talk about what we're gonna be eating today. You have, I feel like we need to bleep it. Today I'm having a horse penis.
Am I banned yet?
In this video, we're taking on the most shockingly bizarre foods we can find here in Tokyo, Japan. Japan is known for its sashimi, its ramen, and its wagyu. But
Yes. So you guys saw the intro there. We always like to think about Japan as having like the most immaculate, perfect, appetizing food. And I thought this was so fucking interesting that they do shit like this. True, brother. Ate crab? Nah, man. I had salmon. I ate salmon. But yeah, so eating bear paw is the focus of this video. He's gonna show some other weird shit that they have. If you're not cultural, if you're not aware, especially if you're an American, this is gonna seem like super shocking and weird and just like, oh, I'll never fucking do this or never do that. Me coming from Mexican culture, I could say, bro, I've eaten stomach, I've eaten brain, I've eaten all kinds of weird shit. So this kind of calls to me in a way. So I understand, right? Whereas we are in America, we like to just eat meat, you know, the prime stuff, the steaks, the good cuts of chicken, the this or that. Bro, over there, it's not, this particular thing is not super common, but they will eat weird shit. And again, I just think it's interesting, so we could talk about it.
did you know it's also known for some other weird stuff too? This is a country where you can find foods like raw horse, raw shark heart, and even alien-looking snakefish called borasubo.
Yeah, man, that's straight up a xenomorph. That was straight up a would you eat a xenomorph? I would. I mean, I fucking would. They eat us, we eat them back. Fuck them.
Well, today I'm on a mission to find the strangest, most unique restaurants serving food fare you won't find in any other country. And by the end of this video, I'll eat one of the most shocking foods I've seen anywhere ever. We're talking about a bear paw. I know what you're thinking.
Isn't that crazy? Like, that shit's so fucking big. Like, obviously, like, duh, right? But it's like, you look at it cut off like that, and it's like, damn. Yeah, and you'll see in comparison, when it's like next to him, like,
It's not food.
I don't know.
You mean a bear's foot? That's what I mean. We have a lot to get to today, but let me tell you, this video is going to be challenging for me as a consumer, but also for you as a viewer. So I need you to hang in there. Stay with me through this. Don't make me do this alone. All right, right now we're headed to our first location, the location containing the bear paw. Right behind me, GBA Kishiya. This is a restaurant specializing in game meats. Evidently included in those game meats is bear paw. This is a dish that takes all day to make, so we've come here in the morning.
Honestly, it's difficult, right? How are there bears? There are lots of bears in northern Japan. I do know that. Now, you will see later in the video, he asks, he's like, well, what the fuck? Like, do people hunt them? What's going on? And the good thing about this dish is that it's not super in demand. It's not super in demand, but it's kind of like a luxury deal. And you'll be surprised to learn that more women than men actually order that dish. It's for its collagen, for its like skin health, that kind of shit. Bears are everywhere, but the bears are only in Chicago. The bears, Japan ain't even have cows. They got cows, bro. They got cows. They just the cows that they do have, Wagyu. Well, Wagyu just means Japanese cow, but it's the special breed of cow that they like cultivate and breed and all that.
To see it get started, and by this evening, we're actually going to be able to eat it. But first, I want to take a look at this bear paw. Oh my God. Guys, have you ever seen anything like this? 3 giant bear paws. Where's the fourth one?
Look at that, man.
This bear wasn't empty.
Look at that. Look at the scale. And this motherfucker's just going to throw down. Yeah. Wild. Yeah. Botch. What up, man? Exactly.
This bear wasn't amputee. This bear went top. You rock. I'm sorry. You can see clearly these two are the back feet. This is the front paw. Oh, it feels so weird. Look at these massive fingernails, claws that could actually tear you to shreds. And then on this side, dude.
Kind of disturbing to see it like that. Exactly. Yeah, and really that's the same. That's the same for any food, right? Because wouldn't it be disturbing to see like a leg of cow just detached or a hoof? I would think the same. But this is like, we like to think of bears as a cute, cuddly, you know, they give us honey and shit, right? Intrusive thoughts. Yeah, yeah. But just remember that these, bro, bears are fucking killers, man. They are. Imagine getting your shit pushed in by one of these murder machines. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's insane. So, you know, there is a cuteness factor to it. There is a, to me, there is almost like a dog-like factor to them as well. But yeah, even in America, there isn't too many people that eat them. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. If you're having trouble with this, how often do we, let's say we butcher a cow and we don't use every part of that cow? Thanks, Chewbacca. True, brother. Yeah. So the fact that there are bears that are being hunted over there for food, you know, you could say what you will about that in and of itself, but the entire animal is at least not being wasted. Just how I look at it. And if somebody has some use for a certain part of that animal that isn't endangered or whatever, I say, okay, great. If you got the money, because this is an expensive dish, by the way, which is why it's not super in demand. But yeah.
Look at that pad. This is thick, callous. Oh, it's bigger than my hand. All right, I'm gonna pick up the back one. Oh my God, it looks notably different. A big,
the
thick,
sound
padded,
effect,
super callous bottom of the foot right there. Thick hair covering everything, and then of course right here, that's where its ankle socks end. This is a wild one for me. But what's really wild is trying to understand how this even works. Where are these bears from? Why are they eating it? Why is it so expensive? And how did this become a tradition in Japan? That is what I need to find out. Next, I'm going to head inside and speak to the owner
the viewers,
about this.
bro.
We have a lot to discuss. The sourcing is perhaps the most interesting part of this. How do you, in a giant city with like 20 million people, get your hands on these hands?
He actually shipped all the way from Hokkaido, and he asked a middleman company who has connections with all these hunters, like from Hokkaido, and he's also.
Bro, they made an animation for this story. This guy is all in. This guy is all in. I love it.
In connection with like hunters themselves as well.
Hunters. So all the bears here are hunted. They're not like farm-raised bears, I guess. Are there that many bears in Japan?
There are many bears out there. However, the good thing is the demand's pretty low, so there's not as many stores or restaurants that serve bear paw in Japan.
Why is there a focus on the feet in particular?
It's considered like a luxury dish in
Farm
China
raised,
over there. So that culture kind of swept
That'd be
into
insane,
Japan,
right?
and so even in Japan, it's considered a luxury dish. In addition to that, personally for Kishi-san, he really enjoyed like the impact of.
Yeah, bro, they killed my dad and raped my mama. I'm gonna eat that motherfucker's feet now.
I assume when he says impact, I mean like the visual. Take a look at this. That looks insane. Here, hold it.
It's so heavy.
It's so big.
It's so big.
It looks like it came from a dinosaur. So from
The
here,
AI.
we're gonna prepare it, and by
my
tonight,
God.
it'll be ready to eat. Step one is happening right here. He has a pressure cooker pot, and he is filling that with water right now. He puts that into the pot, submerging the whole thing, and we will say goodbye to that guy. We'll see that in a couple of hours.
In the meantime, the chef prepares a delicacy so rare, few Japanese have even tried it. The brain of a deer.
Okay, that's fucking weird. Bro, that's fucking weird, but let me just say this. Any of you guys had tacos de cabeza? It would be Mexican tacos. Now, those tacos can come from any portion of the head of a cow. I've had the brain portion, the cheek portion. You can say tongue. You can say the tongue, but then there's also a term for tacos de lengua being the tongue. You would definitely not eat the brain of any animal. Same ooga booga. Yeah, we got the oogas of the boogas, bruh. It happens. As a kid, I was like, I think my parents like tricked me, because they were like, oh yeah, this is the head part of the cow. They never said it was the fucking brain. They gave me the brain portion, and it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I just grew up with it. It's not like, as an adult looking at it, it is kind of weird, but it's not that weird. But to you guys that like didn't grow up with the ooga, bro, I can totally understand it being weird. It's just one of those things that I know that some of you guys will never get over, but if you have an opportunity to try it done correctly, I would say just do it so you know what's up. Now, the one thing that you guys should not eat as far as brains is the brain of a human, because that has that bacteria or whatever the fuck that will make you crazy. That's the reason cannibals get in trouble, because they eat the head or the brain portion of a human. Bro, you could eat every other part of a human. The minute you start chomping on the brain, that's when you turn into an actual retard. But I digress. See, deer brain, that's why they get... Yeah, I mean, in effect.
It's lightly seasoned with flavor enhancers, salt, MSG, and pepper. Next, he coats both sides of the brain with flour. In a skillet, the chef adds a splash of olive oil and a bit of butter. Once it's sizzling hot, the brain is placed in the pan. When one side is fully seared, he gives it a flip, basting it with care. Into the oven it goes for 20 minutes to cook through. Then it returns to the skillet for a final touch of golden perfection.
Can you imagine eating the brain of a deer and then like you turn into a deer? You guys have intrusive thoughts? That was one of mine. Eating brain doesn't make you smarter. Yeah. Prion diseases ain't nothing to fuck with. The Wu-Tang Clan before human. So like, obviously, let me clarify, because I think I explained that retarded. Yes, it's a crime to eat people, but when we've looked at people that are stuck in bad situations like shipwrecks or in the wilderness, and one of them dies and they have to eat the person that dies to survive, they've concluded, I mean, I'm sure they've done other kinds of research and analysis, that the brain of a human is what fucks up another human. But yeah,
if you want to call it that. He flavors the plate
time
with a
some
sauce
head.
made with a
It's
blend
one
of
way to eat
herbs,
some head.
garlic, breadcrumbs, and anchovies.
Yo, that's another way to eat ass and not actually be less weird. Bro, eating the ass of another human, not in grocery, context, that's more weird than eating the ass of a human in a survival situation. Isn't that fucked up to say? What does that say about society? Anyway.
All right, folks, this is my first meal of the day, and it is a doozy. This is not just any ordinary brain. This is the brain of a deer. What is a part of the brain that understands how traffic works? Because that is missing in every single deer. Especially in Minnesota, where I'm from.
Oh.
Let's dig into it. So I've got some of my green emulsion mixed with some of that beautiful brain. Let's give it a shot.
See, if you were not told that this was brain, would you guys think that was brain? It kind of looks like a breaded chicken or something, Now the sauce under it looks weird. Some kind of patty, yeah. Let's see what he thinks.
Beautiful brain. Let's give it a shot. Wow. Very fatty, soft, tender. The outside does have a little bit of a skin to it. That being said, all the flavors in my mouth, fireworks, amazing.
This is my first taste of the day, and I've got to say, it's a strong start. But in the end, it's just...
I wouldn't describe it as fireworks, but like eating brain tacos from a cow in Mexican fashion, of course. It's pretty good, man. It's pretty good. You're all my bitches. It is, man. It is. And it's not just eating the brain, because you would put like meat from like other portions of the head, like some of the cheek or even the tongue. But it is what it is, it's what I grew up with. I didn't have to get used to it. It wasn't here, keep trying this, you're gonna like this, like Braunschweiger or Sturm, whatever, from Norway, that stinky ass fucking fish, or that rotten, or the rotten goose eggs or duck eggs from the Philippines. You know what I mean? Like I think just on its own, it's less weird than a lot of those other things.
Just a distraction from the inevitable bear paw.
I am here again with Kishi-san.
You've heard of those eggs? Yeah, man, they are legit rotten. They're rotten, and let me tell you this: not only are they rotten, but they are almost ready to be born, right? For the chick to crack open the egg. Hey, appreciate that follow. Thank you. Yeah, so objectively speaking, well, I guess subjectively, I would eat a brain before I ate one of those rotten duck eggs, right? And they do ferment them. Yeah, it's gross. It sounds gross, but anyone that has tried it, done correctly, right? Yeah, done correctly, they say it's pretty good, man. I don't know, bro.
2 hours has gone by and we are gonna remove the bear paw from the pot and see how it looks. Oh, it looks nuts. It's a bit.
Okay, let me just say this, guys, because I did watch this before. I wanted to make sure it would be TOS because it's very weird. They're going to start plucking or removing the fur off of this foot, right? Off of this paw. It's gonna look very human-like. So if you have any aversion to that, now's probably the time to like turn away. It's gonna look weird.
Smelly, although this is looking a lot cleaner, and you can see the claws just sticking out of the water. From here, he's filling the pot with even more water and dumping some of that out.
I think I'm vegan now. Bro, I'm turning people vegan? What a fucking L. Oh my god.
Not really. He peels off the bottom of the foot, the pad, revealing.
Look at that. How is that such human? Like, bro, okay, look. Keep going.
Subdermis. Slowly but steadily, he peels away the skin and the fur, revealing the nice pink meat underneath.
Yeah. That's why I was like, bro, some people are probably getting close to dinner time over here on the East Coast-ish. I figure I'd give the warning. Yeah.
Looking at this thing now without the hair, it looks even more terrifying. It's so big, so muscular. I mean, look at this.
Look at that. That angle right there just straight up looks like a big foot. No? Yeah. That's fucked up.
It looks wild. From here, he's going to finish the tedious work of pulling out every single hair, and that's going to head.
My bad. We don't usually look at like weird, gross things like this, but I thought the conversation itself was just interesting. We talk all kinds of stuff here, though.
Back into the pressure cooker, right?
While the bear paw spends some hours grazing, I'm hitting the streets on the lookout for some more exceptional, unexpected Japanese food.
While our bear paw is cooking at our first location, we have come here, a place called Rice and Circus. And let me tell you, it is a circus inside. And no, I don't just mean it's wild and chaotic. I mean, like every animal that you've ever seen in a circus, they're probably serving them up here. This is not common food in Japan. This is kind of...
Bro, look at this poster. Look at this poster, bro. Yo, what the? Yeah, wait, bro, that snake's got it going on, man. Holy shit.
Kind of like wild stamina dude foods.
Yeah.
The owner is already underway cooking up our first dish. We're gonna go inside, check it out, and then learn more about the food they're serving here.
The umami. It's a nice umami flavor.
All right, folks, I'm entering the kitchen now, meeting Mr. Momiyama-san right here. This is our starting course. Kintama. That might, in Japanese, mean testicles.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't love a good...
testicles. These are not just any testicles. These are wild boar testicles. I'm told they're...
Guys, how many of you guys have eaten balls before? Let's just be real. The Rocky Mountain oyster shit. How many of you guys have tried that? Nice freeze frame, by the way. As a man, I just cannot get behind that. Like, I am wincing at that thought. Like, ooh, like my outies are now innies. You know what I mean? All three of them. It's crazy. People are going, oh yeah, it's delicious. It's so good. Bro, that's a nutsack. Ow. You know, like, ow!
A little bit smaller than a pig's testicles. Now he is going to prepare this into a delicious appetizer for me to try. Step one, he takes the testicle.
Bro, the balls produce the jizz and the squirt,
which appears to be frozen. It's a testicle icicle at the moment. He slices each end and he takes the skin from the.
Yeah, unless you're, you know, the bear that got his fucking hands and feet cut off.
Outside of the testicle and just peels it away.
A bear of sorts.
The testicle a bit of a slice. They look like they could be pepperonis on a pizza. Kind of, a little bit, not really. Eat it with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And then here we have some flour. These look like donut holes at this point. The testicles are sizzling away. He throws some greens into the pan and a little bit of butter. He hits it with some soy sauce. He seasons the plate with pepper. And just like that, our testicle is finished. I'm gonna give one a shot right now.
Isn't that kind of shit demented? Isn't that shit kind of demented? Like, let's be real. Like, you're gonna look at a cow, right? You look at a bull, and the first thing you think about, like, when you're a ball enjoyer, like, you are like, it's not, ooh, that I bet that cow produces a really good steak. It's, bro, I bet his balls are super juicy. I bet his balls are nice. Who does that? Who does that to themselves? That is degenerate as fuck.
Oishi. Alright, it says it's yummy. Let's go for it.
Yes, oishi. Yes, of course.
Oishi. Oh, thank you. It's got a nice flavor to it. It almost tastes more beefy than it does porky, even though it is technically pork. You would think it would be more fatty and gelatinous, but it's almost like a hard pate. It has kind of almost like a crumbly texture in the center. The seasoning's basic but delicious. He's got some veggies in there too. It's legitimately good. So this is my appetizer, and it's actually the least strange thing I'm gonna be eating here.
Okay. All that shit I was talking just now. Dish looks kind of good. However, ow, you know what I mean? Yeah, and this is the least strange.
Here today. I want to talk to this guy more to learn about how this place works. Thank you for the testicle. That was a wonderful experience. This place seems like it has a little bit of everything. Can you explain what the theme of this place is?
The motto of their company is fun equals.
You know why I think it looks good, Michelle? Because I'm a Chinese food enjoyer. Grew up with Chinese food. I love it. It looks like it. You know, this is what it is. It's got a little gravy on there, a little sauce. Not the gravy you would find inside the balls, but same thing.
Good tasting food, and so we want people to be happy, like having fun. And when you serve things that are so like bizarre and interesting, it's just like natural.
Yeah, but you wouldn't eat it. You wouldn't eat it because they told you it was a nutsack, right? If somebody served that plate to you and your Chinese food looked like that, you would eat it, not knowing it was balls. Now, if it wasn't balls, you would eat it. It looks good. Like the dish looks good.
Naturally, they have a smile on their face, or they're like really intrigued.
Can you tell me some of the more bizarre items that are popular here?
One of the rare ones is definitely the testicle, and then also the brain, sheep, pig, and for this year, they're thinking about hopefully getting whale brain.
Whale brain.
Whale brain. Is that the size of a Cadillac? I'm back in the kitchen with Momiyama-san. We've got one other food in the store. That food being this right here. That, my friends, is a Japanese crow that he's about to cook up that I'm going to be tasting shortly. Step one, he puts it in a bowl and he seasons it with a little bit of salt. He hits it with a little bit of oil. The seasonings are quite simple, especially for Japan, but it's because folks here want to have the real taste of whatever animal it is that they're eating. He puts it on a steel tray, and it looks like that is going to head into the oven in the world's smallest kitchen. 20 minutes has passed. It is time to pull out that crow. There we go. Still sizzling. Oh my gosh. It looks insane.
If you found out. Oh yeah, 100%. Same.
All right, folks, we have our epic main course right here, starting with the bird.
Okay, now, guys, I know we've talked shit about some nutsacks and some balls and how good they look. Doesn't make me gay, by the way. You got the real shit coming up here in just a second. Same shit. Same shit, Xi Jinping.
The breast meat is usually the best because it has the most actual protein. So it looks a little bit medium. Let's give it a shot. Not bad. It kind of tastes like quail breast, but more substantial. It's a bigger bird. It's got bigger pecs, more muscle for more flight.
Okay, that looks like something you would fight in Elden Ring. Like those death birds. You guys know what I'm talking about? Bro. Yeah, booba. Everybody hit us with the booba.
That is the breast. But my favorite part of most birds is right here. This is the drumstick. Oh my God, just do some jujitsu to it. Oh yeah, that's what happened to Conor McGregor right there. And then there you have it. Cheers. Yeah, tough indeed. It's a rich meat. It tastes.
It's gross. Very, very comrade. Much vodka.
Good. It's most similar to maybe quail or puffin. A bit tough. And it has a lot of hemoglobin. It tastes like bloody and juicy, almost like a steak.
So that is the crow. But the real highlight...
Look at that. That is 100% death bird. Hold on. How did we end up going down this rabbit hole? I just thought it was an interesting video I came across, and I thought I'd show you guys. And I'm gonna leave the death bird up because it also now reminds me of the next dish that they haven't talked about.
Of this location is right beside it. The horse's, how do I say this?
Yup.
At first.
Just like this video is, bro, if I put this reaction up on YouTube, it's already demonetized, 100%. Yeah, so guys, that is exactly what you're thinking it is. Yep. Also,
first glance, it may seem terrifying to some of you.
Yep.
And that's because it absolutely is.
Let's talk about what we're going to be eating today. You have, I feel like we need to bleep it. Today I'm having a horse penis.
Am I banned yet? Now you're getting grossed out? Shit.
Why?
So first reason.
Why does she sensor. Bro, it's like these internet people have never seen a horse cock before. Am I right, guys?
Is because a lot of people throw away penises, so to like use things that we don't use, kind of like sustainability, I guess, in a way. The second reason is definitely for fun. Everyone who comes here, they always ask, do you have this penis, do you have that penis?
This seems pretty fun. Should we do it?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we have our horse part right here. He's gonna pick it up and just show us the size. That's big. And when he puts it down, it looks like it could be its own species. I never thought I would come pick.
Oh shit. You have a seizure at the end of that?
Face to face with something like this. Brutal. The first thing he does is he puts it into this pot of boiling water. And you know what? Let's get a couple in there while we're at it. All of that is gonna boil in there for 90 minutes. I'm told these horse parts are from France, Japan, and Canada. Wow, such a multicultural group right there.
Here you go, Michelle. You can get horse cock like right now. You hear what he said? They got that shit imported from Canada. You're responsible for this, Michelle. I hope you're happy.
There.
After boiling for a while, all the meats are moved to a pressure cooker for 10 minutes with salt and MSG added to give the horse
MSG.
a flavor. Once the boiling is done, it heads into the oven for another 30 minutes to really lock in the flavor.
Isn't that just such a funny concept, bro? Let's put some MSG on the horse cock. Bro, you can put MSG on the cock, bro, the horse cock. Let me just say this, guys. I want my cock to taste as good as possible, and I'm not talking about tonight.
Let's see the final product. Oh my God. Ooh. Here we have our horse appendage plated in its final resting place.
Bro, that is fucked up.
Yeah, it looks gruesome. I don't know what to say. I'm not excited. Hold on, let me give it a little bit of a sniff. Good smell, he said.
He said
this
good
thing right
smell.
Here cost $56. It's a bit pricey.
You see that, guys? $56 for a fully ready-to-go horse cock. That is less than what you would pay for a gigolo. Don't ask how I know.
For a nightmare of a food experience. If we were showing this in a traditional Japanese film, we would have to do this to it. Pixelation. So I'm gonna start with mid-shaft, I guess. This is a good time to click away from the video, but don't do it. Oh God, it's so gummy.
Yeah.
This is a lot to handle. The only thing giving me comfort is knowing that in a second, I'm gonna turn the camera around and make the camera guy take a bite. Cheers.
I want to stop watching, but I can't. True, yeah.
What? That tastes pretty.
He's about to say that's pretty good. Okay. Bro, bro, that dish just looks grotesque. It doesn't even look good. That's the thing. I can get behind the balls before I get with the cock. Don't clip that either. Shit. Fuck.
Good.
Okay.
It just tastes like kind of roast beef. I
Oh,
thought it was gonna have
see that? Oh, ooh, that cross section. Nope. Look at that. Oh my fucking God. What did it catch it like mid jizz? Like what is going on here? Does it also have chlamydia? Oh my God,
beef?
Get that out of here.
Have an intense smell or
ain't no fucking way.
It doesn't. What about this part? Huh? This thing has been braised so long in that pressure cooker. It is really broken down.
There's the white horse. Bro, I wasn't even thinking about the race of the horse until now.
All the fat, it's become very tender. They can throw this inside a Mexican taco. You wouldn't really know what it was. You would think it's beef.
No.
Sure,
bro.
There's some unusual textures. It's kind of like gooey, tendon, soft meat. You can just see the texture as I move it around.
Bro, that looks like peach cobbler. That looks like some peach cobbler. I'm ruining dessert now too. Is that what a Mexican taco? I mean, wait a minute. That also now looks like a Cinnabon because of the jizz on top. Yeah.
Around, but in the end, it's pretty good. So I know what you're asking yourself. Since I generally enjoy this overall, am I going to be willing to try the tip? The answer may surprise you. It's no. But my camera guy, I've got a small portion right here. Here, let me borrow that from you.
Oh no, he's about to hit. Yep.
How you feeling, Thomas?
Not so great anymore.
Stab it.
Have to eat the whole thing.
It's a one biter.
No.
Give it a shot.
No.
It's like braised beef. Imagine.
Bro, he would do so well in the private industry. Just saying.
It's just braised beef. You want some sake?
He says good.
Go ahead.
So fatty.
Is that pickles in there?
Well done. That is an experience you can't undo. But today we have a lot more to see. Soon we're going to be going to the first location again to try the completed bear paw. But first, if you are coming to Japan, I highly recommend booking a food tour or food experience with buyfood.com. I'll talk about them more at the end of the video, but now we're headed to our next location where we're going to try something that's still alive. Let's
give him cock.
We have come to our next location here, a place where you can actually go fishing for your food yourself. And then the food they turn that food into, it's wild. Let me show you how it works. First of all, we have a diagram right here. Step 1, buy a fishing rod, then go fishing, then do a dance of joy once you've caught a fish. From there, you pass the fish to a chef, then they cook it in any way you prefer, and finally, you eat the fish. Let me show you inside.
Okay.
Basically, it's a giant pool with a boat built on top of it. Then inside, you've got water that is full of fish. These are fish that you can catch yourself with a fishing rod if you would like. Along here, they have a load of different fish. They have horse mackerel, they have sea bream. As you keep going, they even have lobster. How are you going to fish for a lobster?
Do you guys think a restaurant like that would fly in the US? Like, what do you guys think? Because in a way, I like the idea of your seafood being fresh. You know what I mean? Your kids would piss in the tanks. Okay, that's a good point. You would have people doing stupid shit like that. Like people, you guys remember that one micro dick guy that threw himself into the bass fish shop or whatever? Like he threw himself into the tank, and everybody in the world now knows that guy has a micro cock. They were saying it was cold, but he started out that way. Yeah.
We are going to be having a lobster later, though.
And Jimmy's just catching strays in chat.
Right now we're headed into the kitchen for a food known as dancing squid. We have our squid wrangler right here. We have our chef, and we have the star of the show right here. That is the squid. Step 1, remove the squid from its little prison. He takes a knife and he goes beneath the cap, cutting it off, removing it, turning the whole thing white. He puts a stick inside of it, puts it over some ice, and then he takes some soy sauce, he pours it on top, and that is our dancing squid. Oh man, that looks
Are you fucking kidding me?
Additionally, he gets some lemon to put on top. Can I say that was a pretty short-lived dancing career? Oh, hold on. We got a twitch. Meanwhile, over here we have the cap from the squid.
Okay, that shit is also demented. Like people doing that. Yeah. Bro, you just chop off the fucking head and put it on a stick just so it rides around. And people want to eat it that way. I mean, that's a cultural thing. Yeah, man, I'm not trying to judge, but because, I mean, my culture has some weird shit too. But man, that one's crazy, you know?
The chef splits it in half, and that's like its organs and brain and digestive, all of it's in its head. He peels the skin from the main meat of the squid, leaving behind this beautiful, meaty, translucent layer. From here, he cuts the bony tendon from the cap. Ew, we don't want that. He lightly scores it, not cutting it all the way through.
It's the calamari.
He chucks it at the cutting board. It curls up immediately.
Okay, but why you gotta slap
it? He
it?
really juliennes the squid, cutting it into thin pieces. He put the skin of the squid onto the serving dish, and then our squid cap sashimi going on next. Good? Good, thank you. Boom, squid right here. This is like the thin strips of sashimi. Let's give it a shot. Hit it with a little bit of soy.
Japanese food enjoyers. Do you think that is, does that dish look appetizing to you? I'm just curious, because some of you guys like sushi. Like, I like sushi, right? I really like sushi. Some of the raw sushi I'll even have, but it'll mostly be the cooked versions, right? But man, this right here is just brutal. I personally, if I had this in front of me and I even if I thought it looked good, I wouldn't stop thinking about how this dish got in front of me, right? Because it's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. And again, not trying to judge, but goddamn, like this is just not something that I would want to happen. Give me some calamari, bro. Deep fry that shit. I don't know that I would eat that, but it's possible. Okay. I like Japanese food, but not that one. I only eat the cooked rolls. Yeah. Yeah. The only times that I have tried raw sushi or the sashimi or anything like that is when my brothers have made me try like the like tuna sashimi, like fatty tuna and that kind of thing. And it was decent. I still can't, like, it's still very weird for me, like really fucking weird. So something like this is just, yeah, I don't know. Hey Quad, if the fish has a head on it, I can't eat. Well, that's very wholesome of you, Michelle.
It's very dense. It's really like squid, and that's about it. If you had this skin on there, I'm guessing it would feel a lot more slimy. Ugh. Am I supposed to eat this? You know, after the horse? Let's go for it. Hit it with a little bit of soy sauce, and I wish I had a beer. It really, oh my God, it's like chewing on snot. It's like if a booger had a skeleton. It's similar firmness to this part right here, except it's even more thin, except for it also has a...
Cooking, bro, cooking can only improve this dish by like 100%. I don't know what to say. Y'all had cooked squid before, right? I mean, most of us probably had calamari. I'm fine with sushi and sashimi, but I draw the line on it still moving. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's like, to me, it feels deranged. It feels psychotic. It feels like some shit you would have seen in that Hostel movie back when it came out.
Slimy layer of skin on the outside of it. I kind of liked it. So that is the dancing or seizuring squid. But from here, we're going back into the kitchen because they have one more live seafood that they want to show me. Round 2 requires one of these, a lobster. These are red spiny lobsters. Yeah, take a look at this bad boy. Lively, big. They've got huge legs. It's like the spider of the ocean, but with a tail too. This is what we're after right here, the sashimi that resides within the tail. But this isn't just about the sashimi. They're calling this live lobster. Let's go see how they do it. Step 1, he shivs the lobster. He goes under the shell, separates the tail, and rips the whole top of it off. Now that gets transported quickly over to here, and the head is put onto this decorative boat. Now he's got the tail. He takes his scissors to it, releasing that delicious succulent meat on the inside. He's cut it.
And we're gonna put it in the wok, right? With some oil and some green onions and like maybe some sesame seed oil and some other flavors like garlic and soy sauce and teriyaki and, you know, all the yummy yums, right? Maybe some yum sauce on the side.
In half, and then he cuts it into smaller bits. That goes on to this beautiful decorative platter. A platter complete with a moving lobster head. You think the lobster's gonna be okay? I don't want to.
So we're turning it into like the animatronic at Chuck E. Cheese. Got it. Bro, tell me how a cooked lobster just does not taste better cooked.
I had to hold a grudge. It looks mad. There you go. Sorry.
This is wild, man.
Meanwhile, chopsticks. Right here we have that sashimi. Let's give it a shot. Cheers. Oh my God, it's so delicious. It's tender, it's a little fatty, there's no sinew, and it's a completely different experience to eating cooked lobster. One more bite. Thank you, lobster. You did good work. I'm not considering everyone's opinion.
What are you doing with this? Like, what are you doing with the head portion? You know what I mean? Like, you're gonna do all this for the tail to be cut up back here, and this is just writhing around? That's crazy, man. That's some Hannibal Lecter shit. Yeah. Suffering to enhance the flavor. Yeah, the adrenaline spike in the tail. They eat all the juices in the head in there. They do? Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so how they eat crab in Asia is not how I would eat crab. Because they talk about eating the bile and all that shit inside the main body. And I'm like, homeboy. Ooh, that's fucked up. Like, it's green, bro. Like, But again, more power to them. That's their culture. I got some weird shit in mind. Like, we eat brain tacos, tongue tacos. Yeah, but those tacos go through hell and you know what I mean? Bro, they get fucking cooked for like 10 hours. You don't care for it? How many killers are there in Japan? Is it more than Canada? They've had some pretty prolific killers in Japan. But Canada has produced the most prolific killers like of recent history. I think, what's the one guy? BTK? Bro, that sounds like a Korean band now. BTK, Bind, Torture, Kill. The one guy, I think he was very near Canada. I do know some very fucking prolific killers did come down though. BTS, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's like, when you say BTK now, it sounds like you're referencing some Korean boy. Fuck me. I wasn't even sure. I was second guessing myself. Like, wait, yeah.
It in the room, but for me, absolutely delicious. So that is the live seafood portion of today. But from here, we're going back to the bear paw location to see if our food is finally done. Let's take a look. We are back in the kitchen. I am with Kishi-san, and he has finished doing his manicure on this bear paw.
Now, remember how we started off this video going, damn, bear paw for real? Bet you'd try the bear paw first now. Bet you choose the bear paw before everything else.
Looks terrifying. How do you say scary in Japanese? Kawaii.
Kawaii.
Guys,
why?
the
Ooh.
nails even come off. Here, let me just put that back.
Come on, bro. Don't disrespect this shit.
So from here, we're gonna finish the cooking process. He is putting the paw into the pot, and that is gonna boil for about 15 minutes.
While the bear paw boils, the chef
Boiling
adds a
more?
mix of greens and vegetables, carrots, onions, bay leaves, leeks, celery, and garlic cloves to help eliminate any gamey flavors.
I guess the big question, what everyone's wondering is, why are people eating this?
Yeah.
Counter question, he's like, do not people abroad like eat bear paws?
Oh, wow. Well, you got me there. We do all the time. No, some people eat bear in the USA, but I would say it's pretty rare. They honestly would probably discard the paws.
Well, no, this guy's American. I'm talking about this guy. He pulled the fucking claw off of it. Like, come on. I don't know. That seemed, in comparison, it doesn't seem as bad, but it was still like, bro, just chill, chill a second.
Same as like China, some people eat it for good luck, good fortune. In addition, there's a lot of collagen, so a lot of people
Mr.
have eat it
Buffalo.
for like beauty reasons, like for the skin, etc.
After 30 minutes, the stove is turned off, allowing the pressure in the pot to naturally release until it's safe to open.
It's interesting saying that there's collagen, it's good for beauty, because there's no way women are eating
Uh-huh.
this.
No, true, bro. Yeah, 100%.
Actually, around like 60% of the people who come to his restaurant and eat the bear paw is actually women.
Amazing. Maybe this is just a sign of modern times. Women are getting into the crazy food too.
Next, he
There you go.
strains out the vegetables.
So if you guys were Japanese women, you'd be eating that shit way more, like a higher rate. How many of you women care about like the collagen in your diet? Is that a thing? Is that a thing in the West? I don't think it is.
Leaving the stock behind, a portion of which is boiled separately to create a reduction. And here it is, the bear paw. After an entire day
There it is, the witch. Of course the witch is gonna be all about it.
of boiling and preparing. In a separate pan, the paw is simmered with some bear stock while being basted with vinegar and honey.
See, bro, okay. Fallout people. It's starting to look like a death claw. Like a death claw. Kinda sorta.
Once the bear paw turns light brown, it's left to rest. Meanwhile, the remaining rich brown
Ooh, well, you should see a doctor about that. That's why they eat little kids, right? On Halloween.
stock from the pan is poured into the sauce reduction and boiled for a few more minutes until it becomes thick.
There you go.
All right, guys, we
bro,
have
that's a death claw. Look at that. That looks like a fucking death claw. That's kind of cool looking to be honest.
Right here, the final product, the fully cooked bear paw, and it's all due to this man right here, Kishi-san. Amazing work. Let's talk about money. This is one of the most prized parts of the bear's body. He did not have any paws laying around, and what he said is that I would have to buy 4 paws from a freshly hunted bear. How much did I pay for that? For 4 bear paws, it was over $1,000. Essentially, it's around $260 or $70 per foot, so.
$260, bro. Oh. You know how much Wagyu you could have for that in Japan? Ooh, man.
Maybe watch the video twice. Maybe go support our sponsors. I'm gonna build up a little bit of liquid courage before we get started here. Now this is sake in a jar. Not really sure how to have at this. Oh, there's some nice gooey bits right there.
Yeah.
The bear has a bit of a gamey, a bit of a funk to it, but then there's
A
a
funk?
pungent, sour, smelly balsamic vinegar. So you can see some of that.
Okay, see, balsamic vinegar on something like this, the chef in me is going, "No." Balsamic vinegar? That's so weird. Yeah, I don't know.
That has become very gummy and is falling off. Right here, I've got a little bit of the side of the paw. Cheers. Very gummy. Super gelatinous. It's a funky tasting bear. If I'm gonna get any meat out of this thing, I gotta go to the palm. These are the pads, the toes, and then the pads on the bottom of the foot. That is gonna be super gelatinous. Let's try to get this. Oh, it's so gooey. So this seems to be a bit more meaty. This seems like legitimate protein. Let's give it a shot.
Bro, what?
Oh. Wow, it's so spongy. It's like eating lungs. You bite and it bites back. That is the springy tissue that's meant to support the weight of a bear that weighs over 450 pounds. Of course, it's just gonna be padding. I'm struggling here, my guy. He's already moved on to his next project. Let's try
My
this.
guy?
This is the toe. That one's a little bit more like cow skin, just very thick skin.
You don't like eating fatty meat, so you wouldn't do like Wagyu? I don't have a problem with like fatty meat, but like where it's so apparent, I think so. Well, you know, like You have like Korean. You don't know what Wagyu is? She knows. She's trolling. You know, this guy goes back to his hotel and spends the rest of the night in the toilet. He's actually talked about that. He says he always has diarrhea. Oh yeah, I haven't had it either. I haven't had a true Wagyu beef either. Most people can't because it's very rarely like exported. But I'm just saying, like, the whole idea and premise behind Wagyu is that it's just a super fucking fat steak, but it's like a different type of fat. We got ads? Yeah, we can't wait.
Been braised forever. It's fatty, it's gelatinous. Right now I feel so grateful that he mixed all these bear flavors with this strong balsamic vinegar, and it's very powerful.
This is the 5%, sorry.
Any of that funkiness from the bear claw. This is something I feel like that could feed a group of people. First of all, it's super rich. This can't be a meal. There's no way someone's sitting down to eat a whole bear paw. This is an unbelievable tradition, a food that when I heard about it, I was very shocked to hear that it existed here in Japan. Today I set out with the goal of eating bear paw.
Do we know of any dishes that feature like meat with balsamic vinegar? I don't think it sounds good. I'm imagining it and I can't imagine it being good. Yeah, I don't know.
And we found one and we cooked it, and by golly, I ate it up. What a treat.
The claws,
but from now, I'm gonna go outside and tell you which food I thought was the most shocking from today and which food I suggest you never try. Let's move. Today was a wild day. Inside, I told you I was gonna tell you which food was the most shocking to me, but also which food I think you shouldn't try. Can I be honest? It's the same food. It is the bear paw. Yes, I know I ate it, but I ate it for journalistic purposes. Basically, I ate the bear paw so you don't have to. I can't have it on my conscience that a bunch of tourists come to Japan and eat bear paw now.
100%.
Don't do it. This was such a unique experience and something I'm probably never gonna experience again. Throughout the day, it is amazing to see how Japanese folks look at food differently from really the rest of the world. Whether it's seafood, whether it's unusual animals, or whether it's unique preparations of those foods. Before we go, I want to say a huge thank you to the company that made this video possible, buyfood.com.
Traveling to Japan? Make your trip extra special with an omakase sushi dinner in Tokyo or a ramen cooking class in Osaka through buyfood.com. With over 800 tours, classes, and experiences.
Food
and over
tours?
3,000 restaurants across
Hashtag
Japan.
ads.
Planning a delicious trip has never been easier.
See, there's
Whatever
ads
your
going on
craving,
over here
be sure
too,
to
so I ain't
find it
missing
on
anything.
buyfood.com.
Otherwise, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Bear paw.
Yeah, man, holy shit. It's a good video. There's a link. There's a link. Yeah, I got the bear claw necklace. Yeah. Yeah, it's a good video. It's a good just like a reality check, I guess, that shit happens. You know? Shit happens out there. There's different cultures out there. And this is like, you know, the whole Japan thing. Everyone, it's like Hakao said it at the beginning of the video. It's like, we always think about Japan being fucking flawless and, you know, filled with respect and just glamour and technology and all the cool shit, you know, fucking samurai with the fucking swords, you know? And, you know, even there's some weird shit. There's some weird shit, man. So it's just, it's a good perspective. I don't think, you know, and to be fair, I don't think it's widespread. It's not a widespread thing there. So what'd you guys think? I know we thought it was gross, but like, we don't like Japan anymore. Probably slice bears with katanas.